Hi and welcome to the Studio Marco Primeau. In this video, we're gonna continue our tests with the preamp from Rodeweil, this little box. Pretty amazed of what it can do up to this point. So in this video, we're gonna put it to the extreme test near the maximum of settings, and we're gonna compare it to a Manley Force and a Focusrite ISA. Of course, normal settings as well will be tested so we can compare. Let's see how it does. So I started by comparing the Rodeweil with the Manley Force preamp to be certain to A/B them correctly. I did put a metronome far away from the two identical mics. They are the SE8 match pair, and that's how I calibrated the levels. If I pull up the mixer and I play both, you see both levels are equal. Of course, they are not healthy recording levels. Usually I will go to minus 18 dB or so, but the Manley Force was at its maximum and pushing any preamp at its maximum. Usually you get a lot of noise. We certainly get some noise with the Manley Force, but the way it's built, the gain knob is not a gain knob, it's a level. So usually the Manley Force will amplify at its maximum amplitude, and then the knob is there to lower the level of the output only. So usually most preamps are the other way around, and the way they do it, they send more electricity to the preamp circuit to get more gain. So that's why it's called gain, and that's the case with the Rodeweil. So let's listen a tiny bit of one and the other compared. We definitely have noise in both preamps, but the Rodeweil seems to produce a bit more high frequency noise, and that's why the next step I did record without the metronome and get only the preamp and of course the noise of the room maybe. Okay, let's check with an EQ. Oh, I'm gonna boost both 20 dB, and we'll check. Oh no, not that much. 20 dB, 20. And we'll check the levels if they differ. Yeah, the Rodeweil has a little bit more. And actually, we seem to hear a lot more on the Rodeweil, but that's because of the frequency content. More high frequencies get more noticed by our ears. So let's check with an EQ. All right, and the Manley Force. You see that the curve isn't that pronounced, and we have about the Rodeweil goes to -6 or -3. We'll go back to it. All right, so -6 and a little bit more. So 3 dB is sometimes like twice the level to the human ears. So anyway, let's continue. Of course, I did lower the gain and level of the Manley Force to record some drums. Same setup, both match pair, and it went down around 23 dB on both preamps or something like that. Let's listen to the Rodeweil first. All right, I'm about 3 feet away from the drums. All right, and if we want to check what is different, because my ears, they don't hear much of difference right now, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna invert the polarity on one, and of course we need to confirm that they are in sync and in phase. So that's what we're going to do. Oh, they're not in phase for that part. So let's choose a place where there's more amplitude. Maybe right here. Okay. Okay, there we go. So if we listen to both, one with inverted polarity, okay, so there's some difference in the high frequencies, definitely. And the next step, what I did splice the same recording, so we will hear a bit of both recordings back to back. So I'm gonna remove the polarity inverted, deactivate the EQ, which did not do anything, and let's listen. So that's good. For loud sources, I'm guessing that the Rodeweil will do a great job. There's not a lot of noise at lower gain, so that's good. The next step, we're gonna test it against the ISA preamp. So I'm gonna just put that smaller, and we're gonna call the mixer again. All right, let's check if they are in phase first. I think I did put them in phase already. Yes. All right, let's listen to the Rodeweil. Right, the ISA. Whoops. All right, and let's invert the polarity on one. Again, a lot of high frequencies content, and it's kind of a harsh part of the high frequencies, but of course in a full mix you would not notice. Same thing, we're gonna go from one to the other. All right, of course I did calibrate the levels The same way with the metronome, we can listen to both. Now the ISA seems to be quieter noise-wise, and we're going to check this. And if we push them 20 dB, yeah, we see only with the waveform that the Rodeweil makes more noise. Of course, the ISA is a pretty high-end preamp, so it's normal, but let's listen. And there is some noise. The ISA makes some noise as well. We did push a lot, but again, the frequency curve is softer in the high frequencies on the ISA compared to the Rodeweil. That does not say that the Rodeweil is a bad preamp. It's just different. All right, you heard it. The Rodeweil does a great job. Of course, it gives you some noises when you push it. And you must know that I did put my cell phone with a metronome sound going on about 2 meters away from the mics, and I did push the preamps all the way up. And you heard the Manley Force give some noise. The Focusrite ISA did some noise as well, but of course not the same frequencies. So it lets us think that maybe the noise from the other high-end preamp will pass better in a mix. Anyway, not many people will do that kind of recording unless you want to spy someone. I don't know. And on the normal tests, it was very hard by here to notice the difference. Of course, again, in the high-end, high frequencies, there was some differences, but AB from the Rodeweil to the ISA and from the Rodeweil to the Manley Force, it was very, very similar. So I guess that for that price, if Rodeweil could do a 4-channel or the 8-channel, they could sell a lot of them. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, please click on the like button, consider subscribing, hit the bell to get notifications. If you go in the description, there's some links and rebates for some softwares, video plugins, and of course Magix softwares. You can go there and click. It will get a kickback to my channel and help so I can do better videos. Anyway, another way to help the channel is to click on many videos and share those videos. It's always a great help.